guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber Packaging Cosplay, and today we are back again with you guys with Steins Gate 0, episode 3.
This is the new emotion that runs in Steins Gate's episodes. So last episode we did confirm that they did an AI with Makise's memories. She was okay with it, like she was aware of it, so ethical.
Yeah.
But more than it was when I thought that she didn't know, you know?
Like, taking your memories when she was dead?
Yeah, because I didn't know that was a thing, but I mean, there's time travel in this show, so they could do something. Anyway, so, yes, so Okabe basically met English. He met AI Makise, and at first he thought she was different, and like, he didn't connect, but then when the eyes of her senpai wasn't on her, it turns out that the attitude is still there, you know, and it didn't take long for him to just bring back all the banter that he used to have with her. So
and if you think about it, that's dangerous because that's not really Makise, you know?
Exactly.
It's
So
like a copy of her.
It's gonna be hard for him to make that separation, maybe. And now, especially since he has to talk to her as much as possible for the professor who asked him, because he knew her. So he wants to, you know, research, you know, her responses to him. So Okabe has to talk to Makise now for a while and report 2 times a week, 2 times a month, I think.
You know what? Wouldn't it be weird and just weird if AI Makise was Amadeus fell in love with Okarin over again?
It's her personality. It's
True.
her. So maybe, but it's still like not her. So we'll see how he handles the whole thing. If he can make the separation, like this is like a new person for him. It's not the old Makise, it's someone new with the same personality, but someone new. And it's not because you have the AI that you forget to grieve. So there's that, and there's also a party that they're planning for Suzuka. So we'll see if that happens.
Right.
Okay, so without further ado, let's jump in episode 3 and see what happens.
Let's watch it, guys.
Let's go. This show is so good.
Okay, with what they showed us, I think that maybe Mayuri might have some feelings for Okarin.
It's
And
obvious.
she just shut them down because he wasn't into her like that.
It's not, I think the way she is with them, I feel like she thought it's not what he needed. He needed a friend. He needed support because he was grieving for something she couldn't really understand, because in this timeline she doesn't know Makise. She doesn't really know what he's been going through. She has a vague recollection of what happened, but that's pretty much it. So she can't really understand, and I think that because of that, she couldn't feel close to him. Like she couldn't support him in the way that maybe she wanted to. So she stayed a little back, and she just accompanied him through this as a friend. But having her friends in this episode say that, oh, maybe Okabe's going to be at the lab, you know, maybe you can find some time to get close to him and stuff. She joked about it, but it kind of brought the possibility to the surface. It's not like we never talked about them getting together, like in the first season. But for us, it was
we
obvious.
even thought about her being with Daru for a while. But that's off the plate. So.
We definitely discussed the possibility in the first season, and it's just that we shipped him with Makise way too much. So when it started being obvious that he was into Makise and that there was something developing with her, we kind of just assumed that Mayuri was staying a friend and she was fine with it. But obviously she's not. Maybe there's the thing also that she's tried to make him, turn him back into who she loved, you know, the guy that she knows for so long now, for many months. And now, like, she knows that he's doing something, like she knows that he's talking to someone over the phone for not that long, but then that someone is the one that makes him talk fondly, you know, like he's not in pain anymore, because the AI did make him forget, I think. That's why he screams in the end, you know, he's he reminds himself that, oh shit, it's true. This whole happened because I think he allowed himself to forget. And he did not want that. He was so careful not to, but...
It's funny that you say that he allowed himself to forget while Amadeus told him earlier in the episode that AI cannot forget information. They're all still stuck somewhere in a log, but humans can. So that's the main difference between the two. And like we said, for a while he forgot that she was dead, that everything kind of happened because he found her back. But then you got the professor that I forgot her name, like Maho, Maho.
Yeah.
She reminded him that, make no mistake, that's not Makise. Makise is dead. This is Amadeus.
She's been through that grief. She has been to the funeral. Like, it's not like she hasn't been, that involved in her death the way Okabe has, but she was close to her, and she has gone through her grief, her period of grief. And maybe she also, got confused with Amadeus and understanding that this was the AI and not the person. And she doesn't want that to happen to Okabe, and it's exactly what's happening, and it's dangerous because his mind is gonna break now. Like, I don't know how he's gonna react next episode.
I think that his mind is already kind of broken, because if we remember what he went through with Mayuri, every time that he tried to save her and he couldn't, and with Makise he tried but didn't succeed, his mind is technically already way more broken than you could expect.
He's got massive PTSD and trauma. Like, we know that. He's seeing someone for that, and being the reason for Makise dying really, like, sent him over the edge. And he was kind of dealing with it, but I think it's in a unhealthy way, because he was trying to forget and move on without dealing with the problem. So he turned into someone else. Like, he's trying to pretend that he's this mature guy, and it's so unnatural that to me it feels like he's just burying everything down, and it's bound to come back in moments like this when he's being told that, hey, you know what, it did happen, you have to remember it. It's brought back to the surface. So yeah, it's he's not in a good place, and I knew it was going to be dangerous with the AI. Like, it's a slippery slope.
Yeah.
It's so dangerous. And she's so, like, the Makise we know. Their banter is the same. She's pestering him all the time. She's always on his back about things. And he's, having fun with her. He's showing her stuff. He showed her the lab. He went to these places that they used to hang out together at. And it brought back memories, the good ones. So yeah, and he opened up about the Christina thing, which I think is really funny, because as a Japanese guy, he had problems saying Kurisa. Or it's just Chris, maybe. Yeah. That's Chris that he couldn't pronounce correctly, but we read it as Kurisa. So that would explain it. So that's why he called her Christina. But that's funny. That's funny. But that's the thing. He became vulnerable. He told the AI something he never told her, the actual Makise.
I was thinking about that too. He was way more open with the AI, maybe because he thought that he didn't have the chance to be truthful with her when she was alive. You think?
I think that because at first their banter, put them at odds, so they were against each other, but they were working together for a common thing. And then after, when they became closer, they got too embarrassed to say those things to each other. Like, you remember, they had to be in total darkness for them to be close.
Remember, yeah.
So I think that's one thing. And now that he went through this with the first Makise, he went through opening himself to her, telling her that he loved her. So the embarrassment is away. He's done with the embarrassment phase. And she's an AI. So she doesn't know, she's not the Makise from before, so she doesn't know what they've been through. So she's not yet at the embarrassment phase. Now I think that she might just be in it now, but before that she just thought that they were in the banter phase like they used to be. But he's past that, so what he tells her is the true thing, the true stuff. She's just not ready to hear it yet. And as an AI, she shouldn't be ready to hear it yet. Like, that's the thing. He shouldn't open himself up to the AI, because it's not the one for whom he has these feelings. So, Okay, so you've got Okarin who's gonna deal with some shit. Maho's gonna help him, hopefully, and Mayuri's gonna face the fact that she loves Okarin and he found someone else that makes him whole again, and it's really sad.
I kept thinking about something like it was in episode 2 that we saw in the future.
1, I think.
Episode 1?
Yeah.
Well, we saw in the future Mayuri and a little girl with red hair.
Doesn't mean it's her little girl.
No, but...
Like, she could take care of someone else's daughter, or if it's not a human being, I don't know.
Well, she clung to Mayuri. She even has the little item around her neck.
Yeah, but if she's like a kid, she's gonna cling to any adult that's around in times of war. Like, it doesn't mean it's her daughter. She looks like Kurisu so much.
Yeah, but technically Kurisu is dead.
Do
you think that... Because
maybe
that's a crazy idea, but do you think that maybe Mayuri will be willing to have a child and put Kurisu's memory in it? No, but do you think that they could like recreate?
It's maybe not. Maybe it's not even a human.
Yeah.
Maybe they made a robot in which they put Amadeus with Christina with Kurisu's memories.
Yeah, that would make way more sense.
But then she acts like a kid, so I don't know about that. But it's not a coincidence that she has Mayuri's hair, Makise's hair. Like, she looks nothing like Mayuri, so I don't think they are related in any sort of way. I think she's just taking care of her. But Suzu obviously has something, like, she's got a bond with that girl, so they know each other. There's something there, so she's part of the gang somehow. I just don't know how she gets here. Mm-hmm. So we will see, but it's a question. That's one mystery.
Yeah.
In the meantime, let's focus on the trauma. Okay, we'll move on.
Yeah.
And nothing else. So,
well, Suzu almost erased herself by attacking her mom.
Oh yeah, you don't surprise a soldier. You don't do that.
I knew that she knew that something was up when she saw that the lights were off. And Dad,
yeah,
wait,
well, she felt like something was there, that like someone was waiting for them. So I'm like, well, yes, but not in the way you think. It's still not wartime, you know. It's still peacetime. Anyway, so very good episode. I hope the next one is gonna be like, it's gonna be full of grief, you know, because I'm like, we enjoyed the Christmas time, but then yes, it came crashing down on us that it's Steins Gate, you know, it's never supposed to be light and you know, funny for more than 1 or 2 episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode right away, it is going to be on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description.
Yeah, so don't forget to subscribe if you want to watch it now, guys. And if not, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week. Mm-hmm. So we're going to see you then.
Bye!
Bye, guys.